as part of my manifesto, I am electing to take a 10% pay cut and donate that 10% to the Student Hardship Fund. The Student Hardship Fund obviously is extremely useful, and for the students that need it is vital. But obviously, constitutionally, you're not allowed to like, it would require a constitutional amendment to force the other officers to take a pay cut. So I think that pay cut would amount to about €3,000. But that's, while we don't know, salaries cannot be confirmed because they're not obviously well publicised, and that's something I'd like to change in line with transparency, calls for transparency from a lot of students. But yeah, I would ensure that where salaries are cut, where they could be cut, they could be donated to vital services like the Student Hardship Fund.
Okay. I think that it's really admirable to take a pay cut, and I think that's great. But I think if you look at how much the SPAC officers are actually paid, they're paid less than minimum wage. Like if they work 40 hours a week, and look at people like the education and welfare officer, they're usually working more than 40 hours because of like long casework, like late nights, once a week, things like that. So I think the most important thing is it's not so much how much the SPAC officers are being paid, which is probably a lot less than people think they are, but it's more so about the value for money that you get from them. I mean, if they're earning, if they're doing the work, then they should earn the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one way I'd have to ensure that is because it is a constitutional thing as well. Is like you've seen in my manifesto, and I'll come back to it later. But changing the manifesto, constitution of the SU, so that this is an accountability thing where if SPAC officers aren't up to scratch, or if they're not doing their job properly, they're not at SU council, they can be kind of penalised, by a vote from class reps, which is something that ECD are looking at right now doing, and I mean it's a really effective way of ensuring that the officers are actually doing their job. So I think it's more so the issue is that you're getting, like, the students are getting value for money from municipal officers rather than municipal officers are taking a 10% pay cut, which is really only a gesture, because I mean in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's a great gesture, and I mean it's great to see that like austerity, but I think that a more effective way of doing that is ensuring that they're doing their job.
I would probably take a pay cut between 10 and 15% and donate that to the health services, because a lot of my friends were saying that it took them 2 weeks to be seen by a GP in Trinity, and I just feel that's too long especially if you don't have the money to go see a GP outside of the college. I think that what James is saying about being admirable, yes, but it's admirable, but it's also the right thing to do, especially when the pay of people on the minimum wage is being taxed at such a high rate as well. They take home a lot less than what you think as well.